My name is Antonio Santaya.
And I'm Araselis Ibarra.
And this is our love story.
We've been dating for about 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. We've been dating.
We're going to be engaged for 2 years. Long planning process, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little stressful, but we're getting there.
We met at my birthday party, and that I did not invite him to.
Which is kind of weird, if you put it that way. Your mom invited me because I worked with her, and I ended up meeting you at your own birthday party.
Yes.
That was unique.
Yeah. He did not look like somebody that I would typically approach. I was like, this guy looks super mean. And I was like, my mom invited him. He must be nice. But my mom had only invited him so he could be friends with my dorky friends. I'm a huge nerd. So my mom was like, oh, he could get along with her dorky friends. And here we are.
Yeah. Ended up getting along better with you instead.
Yeah.
So I prefer it that way.
One of my favorite memories of us has been one of the memories that we usually don't think about. It's so we were just friends, and I had invited him to, what was it? It was like a marathon.
Mm-hmm. It was a 5K.
It was a 5K, and he had his own gym that he would go to, and I had my gym that I would go to, and I would bag on his gym because they would feed them bagels. And I'm like, how's a gym supposed to work if you're like eating bagels and
I would
pizza?
say that was only Fridays.
Yeah. And I was like, maybe you should rethink your gym prospects.
Ended up going to her gym.
Yeah.
And we just bonded. That was a perfect choice, bonding over the gym.
Yeah, bonding over the gym, because it turned into like competitions between the two of us. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to take a cycle class. I bet you can't keep up. I'm at like 5. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm at 8. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm at 10. And by the end of it, we were like soaked because the two of us weren't even following the regimen of the class. We were just trying to beat each other.
Yeah. It was definitely a bonding time because that's when I found out she was very competitive. But it's okay.
That's also how we found out that we were both very nerdy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I realized what big of a dork he was, and he didn't realize what huge of a dork I was, because the marathon that we were prepping for was a
superhero marathon.
It was a superhero marathon for like child donations for like children and stuff, something like that. And so I dressed up as like Gwen Stacy, and he was like, why are you dressed up? And I was like, because I'm a huge nerd and I'm doing it for the kids.
So I had to dress up, and I went as Robin.
Oh yeah, but he just wore a cape. Super casual.
And a red shirt. Yeah. And black pants. My favorite memories are just she introduced me to a specific kind of beer, craft beer, and we would always go to Lengthwise. Just those date nights, the long walks at the park at night. A lot of memories there. Like with that one security guard who let us off the hook.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's after hours, but it's fine.
It's after hours, but it's okay. I get off in like 20 minutes, so I guess it doesn't matter. That's what he told us.
Yeah. And then when it came along to the proposal, I thought I was ready. That was...
Oh, yeah, that was a trip. So we had previously discussed like getting married. And so like we were very Mexican on both sides of the family. He brought his parents over to my house, and they talked, and then he hadn't proposed to me, but I knew that it was coming. So like he was like, oh, I'm gonna plan this huge trip. He's like, we should go on a hot air balloon ride. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't like, putting it out there now, I didn't see it coming. Like, because like you're so spontaneous, because like you took me on like a whole bunch of trips prior to that, and I was like, I've never been on a hot air balloon ride. He's just being the sweet little guy he usually is, taking me out. So we go on a hot air balloon ride, and it was amazing. I think the hot air balloon landed in someone's backyard or like their side field or something.
It was private property, yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. So it was like, where is it? Like Paris, California, in that area, right?
About 3 hours away from where we live.
Yeah. So like it lands and it was super romantic. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And then he's like, it doesn't end here. And then he takes me out to eat in LA. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then we were just like sightseeing. And the day was getting late. So we headed back to Bakersfield. And one of our favorite restaurants, super odd, but we love Chick-fil-A. And we love Chick-fil-A because of the lines, not because the food is good. Because we love sitting in the lines.
It's weird. We like to talk.
We like to talk because we don't live with each other yet. He owns his own house, and I currently live with my parents. We're trying to do it right. So we love sitting in the line, and we just like talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how was your day? My day's been good. And so we got in that line, and I was like, this is like so cool. Like, we went on a hot air balloon ride, and now we're like getting this like great quality time, even though we spent all day together in the Chick-fil-A line. And then we don't park and eat there. We actually, oh my God, I'm getting teary-eyed already. He takes me over to the gym that we've been training to, and he was like going through all these like crazy memories that we like had gone through there. And I was like, is he going to propose here? Like, this is way too sentimental. I was not expecting a proposal today. Like, what is going on? And I'm like, no, we just ate.
We just ate. We talked about all the memories we had at the gym.
Yeah, and I was like, why? Like, I think that day I got teary-eyed too.
You did.
Think, yeah, I was like, oh my God, yeah, it's been so great. I love you so much.
Every single time a happy tear fell out, I was like, oh, yes, score. Score for me.
Yeah, but he didn't propose. So, and then I live in Lamont, so he takes me back to Lamont, and then he doesn't take me straight home. He takes me to our church, which a whole another backstory to that one. So before we were dating, we were just friends. I would go to church on Sundays by myself, and then him being all concerned for me, he's like, let me go with you. So I was like, of course you could go with me. I now have company at church. So then every Sunday, he would go to church with me, and I thought it was the sweetest thing. I was like, wow, like, you're my best friend, and you understand me. You understand how much my religion means to me. So then he takes me back to Lamont, to the church, and then he, like, stacks it on top. He doesn't just park at the church. He gets out, and then he's like, hey, let's go to the Virgin Mary and say thank you for giving us a safe trip back home. And I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Like, of course I would love to do that. And so we go over, and I'm right there, like, because, like, I would tell him these, like, weepy stories when I was in high school. I was like, oh, I used to leave, like, $1 near the candles. So, like, kids in, like, middle school and stuff could pass by and take $1 and then, like, buy themselves a treat. Yeah. So that's why he took me to that statue. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And then, like, I was like, oh, look, there's an empty candle. So then I grabbed a stick and I'm right there trying to light it. I'm like, it's not lighting. And I hear him behind me, oh, just keep trying. And I'm right there trying to light the candle again. I'm like, it's not lighting. And I turn around and I'm like, it's not lighting. And he's on one knee. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Everything just worked out over there. Luckily, there was a candle that was not lit. I could have taken credit, but I didn't. She had to light that empty candle, and she tried. She didn't really light it up.
No, I didn't.
And I found my opportunity. So that entire day, I was trying to find the perfect timing. I'm walking around with a ring in my pocket, trying to find for that perfect time. Now, it was supposed to be on the hot air balloon, and it was way too crowded, and I was also scared of dropping it. And so we were done. We were walking around LA, and I was like, nah, this is not, I'm not feeling it. So we came back to Bakersfield, where we live, and Chick-fil-A. Yeah. And I was like, at that state, I was in a panic mode, trying to think of what, where, and how. And I ended up thinking, oh, the gym, that's where we really connected. So, and then I was like, I'm not going to propose in the parking lot. So I was like, all right, it's time to take you home. And that's when it hit me, the church. Another like spot where we really connected also, just bonded over time. And it really worked out. I'm so glad. We even took pictures there just so we can preserve the memory.
And we put my phone on the tree, and we put a timer, and I got back on the spot, and I was like, okay, so take the ring back out, and we'll take the photo out. And then you start saying, like, super cheesy stuff, and I just start crying again, and, like, it just made the photo look so genuine. It was great.
Yeah. I was scared about one thing. She said that she never cries when she's, like, sad or emotional, So, and I saw the first tear. I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
You pull it out of me.
So overall, it was very memorable. It was fun. I couldn't think of any better way than that. That was, plus a hot air balloon. We were 2,000 feet in the air. That was
I'm very motion sick.
yeah. Took out my adrenaline rush, and I was like, okay, I can do this.
You do this. Yeah.
And for the wedding?
Oh yeah. I'm very excited for the wedding.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing religious wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 years to plan it. And we're just about done with the whole planning process.
Yeah.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, very excited, happy.
I'm really excited for the church wedding itself. I feel like I'm just not going to be able to stop crying that day.
Oh man, let's talk about that. I could say I'm a very emotional guy. So that's my one fear, is getting teary-eyed at the wedding. So believe it or not, I'm trying to watching sad videos and trying not to cry. I'm failing right now, but
Maybe we could watch a lot of sad movies before then and get all the tears out.
yeah. See how that goes.
Yeah. What are you excited about?
What am I excited about? We'll start because I love you,
Oh.
and we've been doing our thing. But once we get married, that's gonna change everything. It's gonna be a completely different story, and new things to do. So that's what I'm excited about, is the new story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you, but I don't know. It's going to be a new chapter, and I'm going to get to know you all over again.
Ooh, I hope you like those new things you get to know about me. Yeah. All right. And love.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I said I love you. And, well, I've never felt this before, the way I feel about you.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really get nervous when I think about the wedding, or, scared, or, not even shaky or anything. I just feel like I'm ready. And I'm ready for you.
Oh, you're so cute.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, I'm happy I found you.
Yeah, me too. I can
I
say
feel
that
like
too.
if I would have met you before we did, I wouldn't have been ready for you.
The timing was perfect. The weather was nice. It was.
You're my perfect dork.
Oh,
Oh.
that's nice. And
this
that's
is-
our love story.
It's our love story.